All right, this is a request to remove one oak tree measuring 4 inches in diameter at 10 Chandler Street in the south end. My name is Carrie Marsh Dixon. I'm the Executive Secretary of the Parks Commission. Max?
Max Ford Diamond. I'm the tree warden for the city of Boston.
Todd?
I am Todd Meestor. I'm the Director of Urban Forestry for the City of Boston Parks Department.
Calliope?
I'm Calliope. I'm the administrative assistant at Urban Forestry.
Mr. Schmidt, do you want to start?
Sure. My name is John Schmidt with Niche Engineering, and we're going to start this presentation with Jesse, who is with Animal Arts, the architect, one of the lead architects for this project. Jesse, if you could just sort of give an overview of the project and the intentions of this development.
Yeah, hi, good morning. So Animal Rescue League has existed on this site for almost 100 years. And we have an opportunity to keep them on the site. Our goal is to basically keep the existing use of the facility in operation because of the life-saving nature and community services that they provide. In order to do that, we've had a challenge of fitting a new building into their existing site. In doing so, we've paid careful and close attention to the trees and really tried to nestle the building into the existing trees that are on the property, and paid close attention as best we could to the street trees and community trees around us, and trying to create a park-like feel as the trees wrap around our building. It's a 3-story animal shelter, dogs and public spaces on the first floor. Second floor will have cat adoption spaces, and the third floor will have veterinary and office and support spaces. Building addresses the public way on 2 sides, on Chandler and Tremont, up against the park on the Tremont side, and kind of down Chandler as Chandler becomes a walkway. And this view that we have right here is of the playground where Chandler turns into a walkway and as it comes along. Challenges in siting the project, I guess that we did our best to pay attention to and really nestle it into the trees. Was like I said, the existing building needs to remain operational. And because of the nature of animal veterinary care, which they provide both to the public and to animals in care, as well as transit of animals and dogs, is required to have some parking. Did require adding a curb cut to the existing site.
Thank you, Jesse.
You're welcome.
So this is our PIC drawing along Chandler Street. You can see the Chandler Street here. There's the existing brick sidewalks and the tree pits that are out there now. This tree here, which is highlighted in yellow, falls where the proposed driveway to the surface parking lot is proposed. Access to the site is very limited. We have very limited frontage on Tremont, and on Chandler Street we do have a row of trees here. So it wasn't it wasn't an ideal situation to request the removal of a public street tree, but in order to serve the parking lot, this is the location that we found best suits the project with the minimal impact. This one right here, this is the tree that we're speaking to right here. It's a 4-inch diameter and American, not an arborist, but it's a 4-inch tree. And this is the one that we are requesting that be removed from the site. As far as the overall site tree canopy goes, you can see that here are the existing significant trees. You saw this one in the rendering that we are working to protect throughout construction, as well as over here. And then this is this large tree that was in earlier rendering here that's being protected, and there's another tree out here. So and to be honest with you, I've never seen a project work so hard to protect the trees that are on site. This was probably one of the first things that we looked at when we started this design, probably about a year ago. But unfortunately, in order to provide access to the site, we need to request the removal of this tree right here. That pretty much is the summary of our presentation. If you have any questions.
Could you go back to the plan that you were just showing?
Sure.
Please? Or to the PIC plan. I guess I'm just curious. Max,
Yep.
Is the driveway going to clear the other trees by 5 feet or more?
Oh, sorry.
That plan, please.
Yeah, so this tree right here, this tree right there. These are 6-foot roundings, curb radii. So we're over 5 feet from the driveway in both situations.
Yeah, Kathy, or Carrie, the trees there are both fastigiate oaks, just like the one that they're requesting for removal. So the impact is almost non-existent. They're young too, so yeah, I have no problem with that.
Okay.
So I
Do
guess
you have
I'll
any
just, for the record, just say that yes, the request is for, you know, 1 4-inch fastigiate oak tree. The tree was alive and healthy at the time of inspection, which is why we're having this public tree hearing. John, are there going to be improvements to the sidewalk along this stretch?
Yeah, we are reconstructing the sidewalk with the brick pavers and providing edging around the tree pit itself, working with Kyle Zick's office on the detailing of that. But the remaining trees were protected and maintained throughout construction.
So you're getting rid of the current edging and putting in new?
We're removing and resetting the granite there along the curb edge, and then we're reconstructing the brick pavers.
Okay. And is the driveway going to be the point for construction access as well?
It is not. This construction access will be primarily off of the Tremont side. Late construction may need to use this as we approach the end, but yeah.
And is there a tree protection plan in place for the remaining trees?
Tracy, can you speak to that?
We have a tree protection detail that follows the city standard for the street trees. And then there's also tree protection radii set for the site trees.
Perfect. And so you're not using that sidewalk on Chandler at all, where it turns into the, you know, pedestrian? That's not going to be used for construction or anything?
This area here.
Yes.
Jesse,
Yeah,
I don't.
other
can't-
than resetting the brick, it's not a primary construction access.
Okay.
There is your lot line building going on
Yeah.
above that. So, but we're not asking, we're not trying to scaffold or build on top of it or run trucks across it or anything, if that's what you're asking about.
Yeah. And just, you know, there are some additional large, you know, London plane trees as you get towards Tremont Street. So just, yeah, looking at protecting those, of course, during construction next to.
Yeah, we're gonna actually leave because of the trees on our property are also along there. Those are all gonna be outside of our protection zone. This construction will have to come in on Tremont, and you'll move around those. And part of our on-site tree protection plan is to leave the fence in place currently and use that to protect the trees. So that'll mean they can't access through that, like the park area, onto the site.
Great. Well thought out. Appreciate it.
Are there trees on Tremont?
They're on the back side. There's like a small triangle park, we'll call it Pocket Park. That's technically within the public right of way.
There's also one street tree on Tremont adjacent to our property that we are retaining. And protecting similarly to the ones on
Yeah,
Chandler.
is that I assume that parking lot's going away.
No,
It's
this
not.
parking lot's being reconstructed for like 5 or 6 spaces. And that is for emergency access, you know, for, you know, people bringing in their animal in emergency condition.
And we
Staff,
sorry, John. Go ahead.
no, Jeff, you explain it much better than I do.
Just say, yeah, it is for the emergency access to the clinic. The curb cut is remaining and actually being decreased in size. So we're not impeding on any of the trees. We're actually lessening our impact on the look right away there.
Perfect.
All right, do you have any further questions, Max?
I do not.
Okay, Todd, do you have any questions?
Just a quick question about Chandler Street. So you say you're redoing the entire brick sidewalk, and you're redoing it the same way. Are you incorporating any permeable pavers or anything like that?
We've reviewed this with Green Infrastructure, and
Okay.
they have signed off on it.
Okay, I wasn't clear on that. That's great. Great to hear.
Yep.
Yep, essentially the furnishing zone will be pervious pavers, and then the sidewalk portion itself will remain standard construction.
Standard
Okay.
concrete. Yep.
Great.
And any-
Okay.
Are there
So I
any
guess we
public-
can open it
Sorry.
up to the public and see if there's any comments. So if anyone is attending and wants to raise their hand.
I see a phone caller, but I don't know.
That might be, that could possibly be Jonathan, because I know that he was traveling.
Yeah, and the other two people are from your team, so. Noting that no one is opposing this as a participant today, I also did not receive any letters of opposition to the removal of these trees.
Okay, do you have, do you want to run through the rest of the process, please?
Can do. John, as you know, so we have 2 weeks from today's hearing to issue our letter of determination. If the removal is approved after the hearing, you as the proponent will just need to send a check for the value of the tree to the Parks Department. Once we receive the check, we will issue you a notice to proceed to remove said tree. After construction, if there's room anywhere on the public sidewalk to plant new trees, you can be reimbursed for the diameter of trees that you replace within the public right-of-way. This will be determined after the trees are alive and healthy for 2 years after planting.
Thank you.
Max, do you have all the plans that were shown today?
I do not. If John, if you
Yeah.
could, or someone on your team could send those ones over,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
I'll send this presentation to you.
Great.
Awesome.
All right, so if there are no more questions, do you have questions from the proponent side? Mr. Schmidt?
I do not. Does anyone on my team have any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, so if there are no comments, no questions, and no public input, then we can end this hearing.
Great.
Thank you very
everybody.
much, and we'll be in touch in 2 weeks.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.